Why people follow the crowd, conformity. Ever found yourself clapping just because everyone else is clapping? Or nervously laughing at a joke you didn't even get? Welcome to the human race, where your brain is basically programmed to follow the crowd, even if the crowd is heading straight for the world's worst group project. Today, we're diving into the hilarious, sometimes embarrassing, and always fascinating science of conformity. From elevator pranks to the most ridiculous psychology experiments ever, you'll learn why your brain loves to fit in and how to break free when it matters most. Stick around for the last segment, where you'll hear about a real experiment so silly, you'll wonder if scientists just get bored sometimes. Imagine this. You walk into a waiting room. Every time a bell rings, everyone stands up. You have no idea why. But after a few rounds, you're standing up too. Sounds like a prank, right? This actually happened in a viral experiment, and it's just the tip of the conformity iceberg. What is conformity, and why should you care? Conformity is when you change your behavior to match the group, even if you secretly think the group is nuts. It's why you wore those questionable pants in high school, why you pretended to like kale, and why you sometimes laugh at jokes that make zero sense. But here's the kicker. Conformity isn't just about peer pressure. It's a survival instinct baked into your brain. The Asch Line experiment. In the 1950s, psychologist Solomon Asch showed people a line, then asked them to match it to one of 3 other lines. Easy, right? But here's the twist. Everyone else in the room was an actor giving the wrong answer on purpose. Result? 75% of real participants went along with the group, even when the answer was obviously wrong. Why? Because your brain hates being the odd one out more than it hates being wrong. If you've ever agreed that pineapple belongs on pizza just to avoid an argument, you've experienced the Asch effect. Fact 2. The elevator experiment. Social proof in action. Now, let's talk about elevators. In a famous 1962 prank, actors entered an elevator and all faced the back wall. Newcomers, confused at first, eventually turned to face the back too, just to fit in. This is called social proof. When in doubt, we copy the crowd. Fact 3. The brain's safety in numbers instinct. Why do we do this? Blame evolution. Back in the day, standing out from the tribe could get you eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. So your brain developed a safety in numbers instinct. Today, the only thing hunting you is embarrassment, but your brain still acts like you're on the savannah. If you've ever pretended to know the lyrics at a concert, you're just following your inner caveman. Fact 4. The bystander effect. Why no one helps. Here's a weird one. The more people there are, the less likely anyone is to help in an emergency. This is called the bystander effect. In 1964, a woman named Kitty Genovese was attacked in New York. Dozens of people heard her cries, but no one called for help because everyone assumed someone else would. It's like when you see a group project email and think someone else will reply. Spoiler, no one does. Fact 5. The chameleon effect. You're a copycat. Ever notice you start mimicking someone's accent or gestures without realizing it? That's the chameleon effect, your brain's way of fitting in by copying others. It's why you start saying y'all after a week in Texas, or why you suddenly crave bubble tea after seeing it on TikTok. If you've ever left a movie theater talking like the main character, congrats, you're a human parrot. Why conformity can be good and hilariously bad. Conformity isn't all bad. It helps us learn social rules, build friendships, and avoid getting kicked out of book clubs. But it can also lead to some epic fails, like fashion disasters, viral dance challenges, and every group project ever. Remember, if all your friends jumped off a bridge, you'd probably at least check Google Maps first. The science of groupthink and how to avoid it. When everyone in a group starts thinking the same way, it's called groupthink. It's why companies make bad decisions, why cults exist, and why your family can't agree on where to eat. The cure? Encourage weird ideas, ask questions, and never be afraid to be the oddball. If you're the only one voting for pineapple on pizza, you might be a genius, or just hungry. The false consensus effect. You're not as normal as you think. Here's a mind bender. Most people think their opinions are more popular than they really are. This is the false consensus effect. It's why you're shocked when your favorite show gets canceled or when you realize not everyone loves your playlist. If you've ever started a sentence with "everyone knows that," spoiler, they probably don't. No one wants to be first phenomenon. Ever notice no one wants to be the first to dance, ask a question, or try the weird dip at a party? That's because being first is risky. But once someone breaks the ice, everyone follows. Be the first to dance. Worst case, you go viral. Best case, you start a conga line. Now, listen to the most ridiculous conformity experiment ever. Ready for the wildest experiment? In the 1960s, a group of people were told to answer the phone and say "hello, blue sky," instead of "hello." Within days, everyone in the office was doing it. No one knew why. Moral: people will do almost anything if enough people do it first. How to break free without becoming a hermit. So, how do you avoid following the crowd off a cliff? Ask yourself, do I actually agree? Or am I just going along? Celebrate your quirks. Oddballs make the world interesting. Remember, the crowd is often wrong. Just ask anyone who bought a fidget spinner. Why we need both, fitting in and standing out. Here's the truth. We all want to belong, but we also want to be ourselves. The trick is knowing when to blend in and when to stand out. So go ahead, join the group, but don't be afraid to start your own dance. Conformity is part of being human. Sometimes it's hilarious, sometimes it's helpful, and sometimes it's just plain weird. If you learned or realize you're not alone, hit subscribe and join our tribe of curious minds. Which conformity moment made you realize and laugh the most? Drop in the comments, and let's celebrate our inner oddballs together. Don't follow the crowd, lead it. See you in the next video.